Music, Medicine, and Healing. Neuroscientist, musician, and New York Times best-selling author of This Is Your Brain on Music, Daniel J. Levitan reveals the deep connections between music and the brain in his latest book, I Heard There Was a Secret Chord, Music as Medicine. And for the very first time, he's bringing together the results of numerous studies demonstrating how music contributes to the treatment of neurodegenerative diseases like Parkinson's and Alzheimer's, to cognitive injury and depression and pain. With more, he joins us in studio this morning. You just came in from LA recently. Thanks for being here today.
Glad to be here.
All right, the title, obviously a reference to a very famous line by Leonard Cohen in his song Hallelujah. In the book, however, you are discussing music and memory, and you take us back to this story I wasn't familiar with. 1960, Ella Fitzgerald is doing a concert in Berlin. Why did you choose, well, first of all, tell us that story and why you chose it as an example of what's inside the book.
I just love this recording because Ella, at the height of her career, is singing in front of a massive audience and forgets the lyrics to Mac the Knife. And as a neuroscientist, we're always interested in seeing how failures of the brain can teach us about how it really works.
Oh, interesting.
As she forgets the lyrics, she remembers the rhythm of the song and the melody and the chords and the accent structure and even the rhyme scheme.
Yeah.
And she starts riffing, making up her own words that maintain the rhyme scheme. So it tells us how much richness there is to hers and our representation of music.
Because she knew how to fill those spaces, the pauses, the cadence, and everything. Just the words weren't there.
And we all recognize what she's doing.
Because we do it all the time.
Yeah, exactly.
What does research tell us about the benefits of music on diseases like MS or Parkinson's or Alzheimer's?
Well, so music activates every area of the brain that we've so far mapped, and different aspects of music activate different parts of the brain. So when you're talking about neurodegenerative diseases, and I Heard There Was a Secret Chord, I describe how circuits that are undamaged in the brain, pathways that are not damaged by the disease, can act as backups. And you can use music to stimulate them to help recovery and treatment.
What is it about music that isn't part of that overrides that damaged part of the brain and remains? It's fascinating.
Well, so music has rhythm, and we have populations of neurons that fire in synchrony to the music, with the rhythm of the music. And so even if you can't walk with Parkinson's or you're having trouble with motor movements because your internal clock has gone awry, music sets a new internal clock for you.
You know, we've seen news stories on, anecdotally, the things that you talk about in the book, where we work with patients who are living with Alzheimer's or with Parkinson's, and about how they use music to recall things. And this explains that more fully. It's fascinating to know the science behind it.
So Alzheimer's is a great case. In advanced stages of memory decline, people don't know where they are, how they got there, they don't recognize their loved ones. They may not even recognize themselves in a mirror. Very disorienting. You play them music from their youth and they reconnect with themselves. They find their essence again through the music.
Gives you chills. It's beautiful. As a musician, you have worked with Stevie Wonder, Sting, Joni Mitchell, Neil Young. The list is never ending. How has working...
I got to sing Rockin' in the Free World with him on a big stage.
Come on. I mean, this is great. How has working with them carried over into your understanding of music and the brain? I love the music and the science, the arts and the science together.
The musicians that I've had the privilege to work with are real artists, and they're not in it for the money. They're in it for the emotional connection with listeners. And what I've learned is that makes a difference. I think the average audience member is attuned to authenticity. And when an artist is being authentic, whether you like the song or not, you know that they're doing their best. And I think all of us have this exquisite sense of whether somebody is being sincere. And that's what it's about.
Well, the timing of your book is fantastic, because we are noticing there are increased cases of Parkinson's and dementia. And this is a body of knowledge that's been around since ancient times, the connection of music and of healing. Why did you want to do this book now?
You know, the title, I Heard There Was a Secret Chord, comes from this section in the Bible.
Yeah.
I heard there was a secret chord that David played and it pleased the Lord. David, the same David that slew the giant Goliath.
As a shepherd boy in the fields playing music, yes.
He played music for King Saul during his depression. Depression is an epidemic right now. And I wanted to write the book now because neuroscientists know all of these benefits. It hasn't trickled down to the average person. And music really can help us all to treat injury and disease, and to not get sick in the first place by boosting the immune system.
I love all of this. Thank you so much for being here today. Appreciate you coming to the studio.
Thank you.
Hey, thanks for watching. If you liked this, be sure to subscribe here, or you can check out more Your Morning videos right here.